AFP, Getty. Macron has met Vladimir Putin in Russia in a bid to salvage the Iran nuclear deal. We must have a frank dialogue with Russia, but also a demanding dialogue. Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian. Mr. Macron hopes to enter into a substantive dialogue with Mr. Putin in an effort to smooth tensions on contentious issues, the French presidency said in a statement on Wednesday, adding the young centrist was aware of the difficulties this represents. France and Russia are at odds over a number of issues, including the use of chemical weapons, the war in Syria and the Kremlin's annexation of Crimea from Ukraine in 2014. Mr. Macron has been openly critical of Moscow's unwavering support for Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad, whom he has repeatedly shielded at the UN Security Council by thwarting attempts to assign blame for chemical attacks against civilians on the Assad regime. But even though both sides hope the trip will enable the two leaders to reconcile their differences, neither expect much progress to be made on Syria and Ukraine. Mr. Macron's inner circle insists the president is not traveling to Russia to try to woo Mr. Putin, but simply to keep a dialogue open to help solve world crises, namely the Iran nuclear issue, which marks the first time France and Russia agree on such a key matter in years. Washington's decision earlier this month to withdraw from the 2015 agreement designed to stunt Iran's ability to make a nuclear bomb has left London, Paris and Berlin scrambling to save the accord from collapse with the help of China and Russia, the deal's two remaining signatories. Mr. Macron wants Russia to use its close relationship with Iran to make sure it respects its nuclear commitments despite the U.S. pullout. He has also floated the idea of a broader deal that would address Tehran's ballistic missile program and regional hegemonic ambitions in a last-ditch effort to convince the United States to rejoin the deal. EPA, Getty. France and Russia are at odds over a number of issues. Getty. Both sides hope the trip will enable the two leaders to reconcile their differences ahead of the visit. Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian told France Inter Radio, "We must have a frank dialogue with Russia, but also a demanding dialogue. We have many disagreements with Russia." Mr. Macron, who will be attending the St. Petersburg Economic Forum on Friday as a guest of honor, is also pushing for a restoration of trade and cultural ties between Paris and Moscow despite EU sanctions on Russia over the Ukraine crisis.